I'm Bridget Bartlett with the Builderall team. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the box element and customize it on your website. To do that, all we need to do is enter the Cheetah editor, and we need to open the menu here, and you'll see under the Add tab, you can add panels and elements. Since the box is an element, we're going to choose this option here, and we're going to scroll down to where we see the box elements. Let's go ahead and click there. And you have many styles to choose from, but we're actually just going to use a blank box. So we're going to choose this option here, and we're just going to left click and drag it to our website. You see automatically it has a purple border, and that is basically a default just so you can find it since it is transparent. So let's left click in the box. You'll see that you have the option here in the sub menu to save this element to your Personals tab here, and you can actually retrieve it on any website inside of Cheetah. You can click here to edit the element, and you see you have lots of options here in the menu. You can center the element on the page by clicking here. You can click here to pin the element to any of the sides or corners of your website, or you can choose where you want to stick it manually by choosing this option here. You can duplicate the element here. You can also hide the element and then retrieve it here in the Hidden Elements section, and you can also delete the element by clicking here. Let's click here to edit the element, and you'll see that you have the options here on the side. You can adjust the width of the box here. You can also adjust the height of the box, and you can also adjust the minimum height, which is mostly relevant on mobile, and then also adjust the width for the tablet version. However, standard size is 500 for the tablet. You can also adjust this manually simply by left clicking in the box and then dragging the corners, however tall or wide you want it to be. You can also adjust the background settings. So if you want this to be a solid color, you can choose any of these colors here or paste the hex code here if you have the hex code. You can also add the chosen color here and then reuse it anytime you need to. Please remember though, if you choose a transparent box, you will have to adjust the opacity here to make your box a solid color. You can drag this around if you want to choose the color manually. If you want to choose gradient colors for your box, you can click this option here. Make sure to make this non-transparent. And then you can choose two colors. So right now we have the white color chosen. If we want to choose another color, we could do that here. And you see it only has one side that is going to be the color that we've chosen here. So to choose the second color, all you need to do is click in this box here. And then you can choose any color that you wish. And then again, if you want to save that color, you can just choose the plus sign here. You can upload an image to your box by clicking here, and you can choose any of the images in your repository, or you can click here to upload a new image. You can change the border of your box. Right now, like I said, it defaults to purple, but if you want to make this wider, you can choose this here. Or you can also drag the bar to make it wider. You can choose a different color by simply dragging this around, or again, you can paste the hex code here and then you can save that color and reuse it again. You can change the shape of your border. So if you want no border at all, you can choose that option here, or you can make the circles or dashes, or you can make a solid line or even a double line. If you want to adjust the border radius and make rounded edges or a complete circle, you can choose that option here. If you can use the arrows to adjust manually, or you can just type in a number and make sure that all of the edges are rounded at the same angle. If you want it to go back to the square, you can simply change those back to 0. You can also add a shadow to your box. So you can change this here, slide this bar left and right to offset horizontally. You can also slide this bar left and right to offset vertically. And you can also slide this bar left and right to adjust the blur radius, and then this bar left and right to adjust the spread radius. You can also adjust the color of your shadow. So if you want to change that, you can use this option here. And then again, you can paste the hex code if you want to make sure you're using the same color. Then you can click here to add the color and reuse it again. If you want to add an inner shadow, you can click this here, and then it puts the shadow inside the box. And if you decide that after all you don't want a shadow, you can click here to clean it up. If you want to add a parallax effect to your box, you can click here to activate that, and then you can choose the effect here, and then also the speed here. You can add an animation to your box. So if you want your box to do a certain action when the website visitor has been on the website for 5 seconds, you can adjust that here. You can also make the action take place when they view the box, click on the box, or hover on the box. You can choose any of these effects here. So let's actually choose the bounce in effect. And you'll see the preview here. So if you click here, you can actually see it again. So that's what it's going to look like. A popular option is fade in left or right. And you see as you scroll down the website, it will fade in like so. You can also choose this option here to make it keep repeating the same animation over and over again. If you click preview, you can actually see what this action looks like. And you see after 5 seconds, our box faded in to the left. Let's go back to the settings. Let's click our box to go back to the settings. And you'll see if you have this panel collapsed and you click to access the settings, you have this window pop up here. And this is the same settings that will show up when you expand the panel. So let's go ahead and click there. It's totally your choice, however you want to access the settings. So let's actually click here for the settings tab. We can add a tag to this box here, and we can also adjust the layering. You can also click here to save the element to your personals tab. There are many things that you can use a box for. You can add additional elements to the box. So let's go ahead and add some text. And let's add another line of text. And let's go ahead and add a button. Now, when you go to the mobile view, because we've added this box and these text elements and a button to the box, these elements on the box will actually go with it no matter how it's viewed and what device it's viewed on. So let's go to the mobile view. And you see that all of those elements are inside of our box. So to adjust that, all we need to do is left click on the box, and you see you can click here to add an element, and you have all of the same options here. One important thing when editing the mobile view is lateral spacing. So let's go ahead and click there, and you'll see you can actually adjust the left and right spacing of the box by moving this left and right, and you can also adjust the space above the box and below the box. If you want to adjust the elements inside the box, you simply need to click on the element, and then you can use the up and down arrows to adjust the order in which they appear on the box. So let's go ahead and click down, and we'll click down. And then now we have the two text elements and the button inside of our box in the correct order. Let's go back to the desktop view. In this video, I showed you how to customize the box element for your website. Again, my name's Bridget Bartlett. Now, let's go build it with Builderall.